Hey, my friends. I'm out by my pond, as you probably know. And when I just came out, there was a fluttering over in the woods over there. And I looked up, and there's this enormous blue heron that has been visiting, and it's very, very shy. So as soon as I come out, it disappears. But it just flew up over the trees there as I stood out here. So I'm hoping one of these days I'll be able to come out so quietly I won't disturb it, but so far that hasn't happened. But sometimes when I'm sitting at my desk here, I look and I see it arrive, and then I sit very quietly and peek around the corner of the window. So anyway, that's not what I came to tell you about. It's just what happened when I was coming out. So welcome to our August Blissipline. And so this August, 2023, we're going to focus on this, aligning with what you want, aligning with what you want, aligning with what you want. Okay. Now, this is a very interesting practice, and it took me a really long time to kind of begin to get a hold of. Actually, and I'm truly, in some ways, only just beginning to get a hold of it. Sorry, my nose always itches when I get on camera. Oh, whatever. So, aligning with what you want. Now, this is not the same as getting what you want. All right. Getting what you want is a consequence of aligning with what you want, and not getting what you want is a consequence of not aligning with what you want. So it is related to that, but it is not that, because when we focus in that way, we very often shoot ourselves in the foot, because what happens is our conditioning on whatever topic that is arises and gets in our way. So instead of focusing on getting it or attaining it or creating it or becoming it or whatever the it is, we're going to focus this month on aligning with it. And in the aligning with it, many things will happen. We will do things. When you're in alignment with accomplishing something, you do stuff. You know what I mean? When you're in alignment with being a certain way, you be a certain way. We live on this dirt road where no one comes by except like every 2 hours. So when someone comes by, you have to look. There it is. A little truck coming by. You can't see it. Anyway. Oh, they're redoing the dirt. So that's cool. So we're going to come back to this again and again and again over the course of the month. But what I would like to do to get started is I would just invite you to give some thought to the distinction between aligning with what you want and getting or becoming or doing or allowing or whatever. Just aligning with what you want. Just give a little thought to that distinction. And then I'd also invite you to start a list. And I would really encourage you to put this list in a place so you can update it. You could do it in a note on your phone. You could do it in a binder. You could do it in some other way on your computer. But I would really encourage you to try and do it in a way that you're going to be able to add to it and come back to it and kind of think about it and reorganize it and whatever. This list is going to be something we will spend quite a lot of time with over the course of the month, but my hunch is you might actually spend time with this list after we're done. And this list, for now, we're going to entitle it, ready? Drum roll, please. Things I would like to enjoy wanting. Okay? Things I would like to enjoy wanting. That's going to be the starting point. So these are things you want. You just want what you want. Let's be clear. You want what you want. There's nothing you can do about that. But the question is, are you enjoying wanting them? And if you're not in alignment with them. So that's going to be the starting point for us to see if we can find ways to enjoy wanting things. And this might be really hard. I want to be honest. Might not. It depends on how much you've done of this. It depends on how aligned with your desires you are at this point. And I want to be really clear. I have increased my capacity to be in alignment with my desires, which means I'm now at, I think I'm over 50% in alignment with my desires at this point. There are moments I'm probably closer to 100, okay? And we'll talk about what the difference between 50 and 100 is, okay? But like everyone, I was conditioned that I can't really have what I want and I can't do what I want. And sometimes I can do what I want if I just play my cards just right, or I get enough money together, or I just, you know. So I have learned little by little to become more in alignment with my desires, but I am still only, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to figure that out, but I'm not that far along. I still shoot myself in the foot on my desires plenty. However, there are moments when I am 100% in alignment with my desires. And in those moments, life feels very different. Okay. So part of my, hope for you, my intention for you, is you'll have a moment of that 100% alignment. Okay. But for now, don't get ahead of ourselves. For now, just start your list, okay? And put on that list anything you want. It can be the next cup of coffee. It can be a whole boatload of money. It can be a trip somewhere. It can be, oh, I saw this thing this morning that is now on my list. It never was till this morning. But it was this skydiving people, and they all were skydiving in a clump. And then they were going to do one of those demonstrations. But somehow, for the first time in my life, I was like, oh, I want to do that. Now, this is a great example of enjoying what I want. I'm not really sure that's ever going to happen. I got other priorities that probably will go ahead of me doing that much skydiving that I become good enough to do that thing. But I am enjoying wanting it. All right? So that's actually a pretty good explanation of the distinction we're starting with. All right. Comment. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know how it's going. I'm going to post this in the Blissipline group, and I'm also going to post it in the 21 Days of Blissipline group. So if you're in either of those groups, we will pursue it further in there. If you aren't, join the Blissipline group. It's free, and you can participate more actively in there. And I'll put the link in the description. Okay. Till soon.